Hey, greetings YouTube. It's Performance Reviews, where I give you the review from the technician's point of view. Today we are going to talk about the Lindhaus Valzer lithium-ion upright. Now there is a corded version of this exact same machine that runs about half price right now when we're talking. But this is the premium cordless machine, the best one on the market, without a doubt. And this is a machine that I have done a video about in the past. However, it was at a trade show. It was very busy and very loud. So we're gonna have a little bit more personal and hands-on with this product. Also, at the trade show, the programming was a little different than the final product, so I wanna talk about that, kind of show some of the difference. Now, this is a stand-up cordless upright, and it's like a 2/3 size upright. So if you've ever had something like an Oric or a Quick Broom, it's that size, but it's cordless. So you don't have to plug it in or mess with it, and that's really nice. Actually, it draws all of its power, I should say, from this big battery. And this is a big mama jamba. Let me get you the specs on the battery. So that battery is 36 volts. That is a big boy, and it's 6 amp hours. And I think that battery alone kind of explains the power of this machine. The other thing about this is this machine is made in Italy. It's not made in China. It's not made in Malaysia. So it's, to my knowledge, one of only 2 cordless vacuums that are made in a first world country. That's a pretty big deal. Now, other thing about this is this has a modern HEPA bag, which means you don't have to futz with anything bagless, going out and dumping it. It's kind of a put one in and forget it. Now, if you've never had a bagged vacuum, bagged vacuums are so much more convenient and easier to use than bagless vacuums. There's no filter to wash. You don't have to go outside to dump it. It's as simple as just changing the bag. And that's something a lot of people like. And the bag, when you're done with it, you can seal it up and throw it away. You don't have to breathe any of the dust. Very easy to change. And these bags, for a year's worth of these bags will cost you under $30, which is about the same running cost as buying bagless filters for something like a Dyson V11. They do also include a HEPA filter on here for those who have severe allergies, which means all the air is filtered through a HEPA bag and then a HEPA filter before it gets to the motor. This prolongs motor life. One of the major things that kills a lot of these cordless vacuums is they don't have ample filtration before the motor and the electronics. This does. That also means, on a side note, if you have severe allergies, this is the best filtering machine out there. Something I do want to note is the suction goes down through this filter in this motor, and then it gets blown out here and up here. The circuitry of the machine is actually right here, and the reason for that is it allows the motor to cool the circuitry. Very smart thinking from Lindhaus. As far as the bag door, it just pops right on there. So that's the filtration of the machine. When we get to the back of the machine again, real quick, up top, you can also store your dusting brush and your telescoping crevice tool on board. That's right, they give you full-size tools on board this machine, which again, is very uncommon for cordless machines. So one other thing that makes this super uncommon, there's a real hose on this machine. You can actually use this to go dust and do other things you would normally do with the vacuum cleaner. This is probably the start of a lot of these 2/3 size machines where you're gonna find these cordless machines that actually can do the job of an upright vacuum cleaner. Now I need to talk about the floor attachments. There is a wonderful hard floor, and yes, you could do area rugs with this straight suction tool, and it stands up on its own. There's actually a pedal release on that. Or with the carpet nozzle. That's right, this has a 12-inch LED lit carpet nozzle. And this is the same nozzle we've seen from Lindhaus on their other products. I recently did a video about a Lindhaus Stealth nozzle. This shares most of the same parts, except it's been converted to 36 volt DC instead of running on an AC motor, which is really some of the secret sauce of this. Is they converted existing technology to work with batteries. And what that means is they've had time to take out the engineering bugs and kinks of the design, and you get a much more refined product. It also means that if you need to service the product, the parts are already available, because this is the same brush roller we see on so many other Lindhaus products. This is the same bearing end cap that we see. So that's excellent. As you can see, you can quickly pull the brush roller out and clean it if you need. When the bristles start to wear down, you see there's a little blue mark, just like a toothbrush. You'll replace the brush roller. The belt is designed to last a lifetime with this, and I can say if this is anything like any of the other Lindhaus products, you won't be doing that. That belt's probably good for 20 years plus, along with pretty much all this hardware. And that's the thing with Lindhaus, is you notice there's toolless access to all that. But the thing with Lindhaus is these are commercial machines that they then remarket to the home market. So it's already been test driven and beaten up by maids for years. By the time we get it over here, you have a perfect product. They are not beta testing this on the public like so many other companies do. The nozzle has a carpet height adjustment. Again, this is, to my knowledge, one of the only cordless vacuums that has the ability to do both high pile and low pile carpet. A lot of cordless machines can't do the higher pile or the soft carpet. This one can. Big stuff from Lindhaus, and none of this is overly showy. None of this really seems like it's anything flashy, and that's kind of the tragedy also of Lindhaus. Because this isn't flashy, a lot of consumers look at this and think it's much older technology than it is. It's actually state of the art, and I would say this is probably the most advanced cordless machine that I've seen to date. All right, we're going to talk a little bit about the programming of this thing and what the buttons do. First of all, you can see the circuit board through there, which is kind of cool. So this is the on button. This is your mode selection. It's going to select a few different things. So it's got a high, a low, a brush on, and a brush off mode. So there's like 4 different modes in here. And you can turn the brush on without the suction to work in dry carpet cleaning solution or carpet powder. So it has the additional benefit of being able to mildly shampoo your rugs. So we turn it on. Now it's in carpet mode. Now it's in hard floor mode. Now it's in shampoo mode. And back to carpet. So those are the controls of the Lindhaus. So here at a mile above sea level, it gets between 20 and 19 inches of working vacuum, and it gets about 45 to 50 inches of sealed vacuum before the motor limits itself to save the electronics. That is common on cordless vacuums. At the trade show when I tested it, it got about 25. So again, kind of makes sense that at our altitude it has lost a little oomph as usual. However, these are pretty healthy numbers for a cordless machine. This is right on par with something like the Henry cordless or the Dyson V11, V12, V15, whatever they're calling that these days. Those are all the same machine, by the way. Not bad numbers from the Lindhaus. We're going to do a real-world pickup test, which consists of breakfast cereal, flour, cat litter, and fresh pet hair. You're also going to hear the real sound of the machine as we have a studio microphone connected. There is a high noise floor in this particular location, so keep that in mind as well. Let's see how it does. Well, I hope those results speak for themselves on camera. Looks like it picked up just about everything. Where the flour was, I think there is a little flour left behind, but I can't feel it with my hands. So I'm going to let you be the judge whether or not that picked up the flour. Now let's try that same test on hard floor. And again, we have breakfast cereal, flour, cat litter, and fresh pet hair. Let's see how this does. Wow. That picked up everything, no problem, including the flour. And you can hear probably from the sound of the video, at least if you're wearing headphones, that the machine, when you put it on its hard floor mode, has a higher speed available that's not available on carpet. And I really wish this high speed would turn on carpet as well, even if it kills the battery life. It would just be really nice. So how does the Valzer do on stairs? Well, let me demonstrate. If you think you're gonna do the thing that you see Oracle owners do, where you do this or try to use it like this, it's really not gonna work. Again, it's an upright vacuum. Well, no upholstery tool. Well, that's the problem with the Valzer. This really is for dusting and quick pickups and stuff like that. Now, something else that's a little different about this is Lindhaus has gone back and forth on their fittings. This machine has a 34mm fitting. They have had 35mm fittings, and they've had 1¼ fittings. Why those are the three biggest standards, it's weird that they've jumped in between them. So I've decided to fit a Miele tool on here, and I'll have a link below to a compatible upholstery tool. Let's see how it does. Well, it works quite good once you buy an upholstery tool. All right, as far as low places go, it is your typical upright. It will get low where the cleaner head is, but then it is going to be stopped by the body of the machine. However, the machine does lay all the way flat, which is a pretty big plus. It does have a wand, and you can put tools on the end of this if you really needed to get low, but it doesn't come with them. I wanted to talk about the charging station because this is not made in Italy. This is made in the Czech Republic. The battery is made in Germany. So again, if you're wondering why the price is such on this machine, that's why. There's another weird thing about this charger is it's really, really loud. Here, have a listen. My final thoughts are on the Lindhaus Valzer Cordless are that if you absolutely have to have a cordless vacuum, this is the one. This is by far the best cordless vacuum on the US market today in 2022. Now, I did a review previously at a trade show, and I was impressed there. I am even more impressed now that I've gotten a chance to use it. It blows away anything made by Dyson. It blows away any of the other options out there. And with the cordless vacuum market actually shrinking here in the US, it's nice to see. The other feature that this has that nothing else has is this has a manual carpet height adjustment. No other cordless vacuum currently has that, to my knowledge. This machine is a hose, and it has a really long runtime. The runtime tends to be about 40 minutes, which again is absurd for a cordless vacuum. The one thing I will say upon using this that was a little bit weird was when the battery got low, after you've put it away, and in that kind of in-between time from the battery being like 1/3 to 1/4 low, some of the behavior of the circuit board tended to vary, whether or not you could use the brush roller, whether or not it would leave the motor on high with the brush roller. So some of that programming is affected by the battery when it gets to be low. Again, not really a problem if you're using it the first 30 minutes, but that last 10 minutes, the battery can act a little funky. Everything else is of extreme quality, durability, and well thought out, being the Lindhaus. So if you can afford it, I would definitely recommend it to you. If this video is helpful, please give it a thumbs up. If you really like vacuum cleaners, well, check out the links below. And in the links below, you're gonna find our Discord where we talk vacuum cleaners all day long. You're gonna find all of our other social media links where we post all sorts of things. And you're gonna find a Patreon. And thanks to our Patreons, we're able to bring you content like this. These things are not particularly cheap. So again, big thank you to all of our Patreons who do get early access and some exclusive videos as well. Have yourself a wonderful day.